ho.
Ho ho, welcome to
Oh
the
yeah, ho ho.
holidays.
Not yo ho ho. That's a pirate wanting rum.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
We are going to have a different show today. We're going to get questions asked by the producer.
We were trying to come up with some sort of Christmas theme. You know, we were talking about maybe Halloween, maybe Christmas tradition stuff that we did as a child, and then they both kind of realized that
childhoods.
I don't have good memories of Christmas because I'm a
aren't we a
Scrooge.
Bahamut.
I have good memories of Christmas. Well, let me rephrase it. I didn't have bad Christmases, I just don't remember them.
Yeah, so instead we decided to go through and pick out a bunch of questions to figure out our stance on what we like. So this is going to be a play on this versus that, or which would you rather. So we have our questions, we have our producer, and her lovely voice is going to be joining us off camera. And yeah, she loves hearing her voice, so we might ask her to repeat a question or two.
Let's start with the intro.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and cue that intro. Alrighty. Some would you rather and this and that's.
All right, Miss Producer, let's...
Well, before we start, is there anything Christmas related that you can think of off the top of your head that you find important, that you want, that a tradition or something that you like to do every year other than get Starbucks and drive around and look at lights?
I've done that once, but it's actually kind of a cool tradition that we've not made a tradition yet, but I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm not really a Starbucks fan, but at Christmas time they do have some holiday peppermint stuff. Now, I can't do it this year, so I will be. Maybe we'll do it. Let Jenny get something Starbucksy, and I'll get a tea from the house.
Well, you do.
You may have noticed I'm seeking a nice
you do know.
green tea now.
You do know. Just, you might not know this, but just in case you didn't know this, Starbucks, Dunkin', and Wawa has tea.
Yes, but do they have tea and do they have honey? Because I don't use any other sweetener, and I don't like it just straight.
You know what else is really cool? There's this marketplace that sells fresh produce and honey, and they have these little honey sticks.
Oh yeah, Sprouts. I've heard of it. I don't think it's local though.
I don't know if this honey's local. I know it's Florida. Is it local?
I've never been to Sprouts. I don't know.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the honey sticks.
Yes, the honey is local.
Yeah.
In Florida.
So, you know, they have these honey sticks that you can
stuff is, well,
you can put in your bag
most of it's local to Florida.
and bring it with you and have honey all the time.
Yes. I will have a green tea on our Christmas light ride or drive. I like to do it driving so we can talk. On the bike, there's not a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
Together, silently. But I guess the only other tradition that I can think that I have is probably watching my annual viewing of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I was going to see if I could borrow from you, but then I realized I don't have a DVD player.
I watched it on, I think it was like Hulu.
Oh.
Well, Amazon. I think it was Amazon.
Yeah, I think I'll probably have to rent it off Amazon again. That's what we did, I think, last year, right?
What?
We rented it off Amazon last year, right? I mean, YouTube.
She has no idea what we're talking about.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I believe so. I
watch it every year. I'm dying to watch it this year.
So we had to buy it from somewhere.
Yeah. Yes, I think it's YouTube that you have to purchase it. Or buy a DVD, but we don't own a DVD player. Everything we do is online, and most computers nowadays don't have CD.
I might be able to help you out and get you a copy of it, though, through the computer.
Maybe.
And I'd say one of the traditions that we have, although nobody really enjoys it nearly as much as I do, I loved doing, especially when the kids were younger and we'd all get together. You do Christmas Eve, everybody gets a box. And it's got like pajamas, it's got microwave popcorn, maybe like a little mug for hot chocolate, and some movie candy. And everybody would open it up. Everybody would get changed into their PJs, and everybody would sit on the couch and we'd watch Polar Express for Christmas Eve. And it's a tradition that I loved. I'm not a big fan of long pants PJs. You know, I like the pajama shorts. But I really enjoyed that one, especially when the kids were younger and they were into it. They would all get changed. We would all sit around watching it. And that's a tradition that I enjoyed a lot. And sad that everybody grew up and kind of grew out of it.
Why you do it?
No.
So it is wholesome.
Yeah, it very much is.
Goodness. Wholesome goodness.
One year I even made like from scratch. I got the good candy bars that I used to get from the airport and melted them down, and I made real hot chocolate from that, and it was outstanding.
Do you remember these?
No, it was.
We didn't do them.
She wasn't there.
You waited for a second family to start that tradition.
You're talking about the other kids.
We didn't have traditions, and he was only home for I think one real Christmas.
Out of 10 years, I think is what it was. One.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was gone a lot too on Christmas. We'd always celebrate Christmas with the kids, with their mother. We'd always celebrate it like a week early or 2 weeks early because I always was on the road over Christmas delivering packages. I was the Santa of the interstate.
I mean, we used to celebrate it before or after. I think I was home for 2. One of them was Virginia when we went to visit my family that one year, which was really... That was a special one.
Companies always need good drivers over the holiday, the actual on holiday, and they offer good money if you're willing to work it. And usually, I had to take the money because we needed it. We had 3 kids.
Yeah, I understand that one. So now we're gonna jump into our this or that or however it works.
Right. So for Christmas, do you prefer a real or a fake tree?
Oh, okay. I prefer real.
I've only had one real tree, and I don't like the idea that spiders live in there.
All right. I love a real tree because there's aspects to it that you don't get with others. First, the smell.
Smells like Christmas.
You get the smell of the evergreen, the Christmas tree. You get the ritual of filling the water. Now, also going to either cut one down or, which we did up north more. You don't do it as much in the south. They're all trucked in. But we still go to the tree lot and we go through the little walking maze that they build every year, and we find that tree that we just think would be perfect for whatever location we're putting it in. And I really enjoy that. It's an extra step to Christmas. And then, the place we go has hot chocolate, Santa's usually there. They have hay rides, which we've never really done the hay ride, but they have all kinds of activities, and it's lit up and it's very festive. And then it's just a good night, and we'll sometimes meet up with other members of the family,
or just run into them,
or just run into them because, albeit a big town, it seems really small when you go into the tree lot. So,
I've only had one real tree. I can't even remember it that much. I know it dropped a lot of needles.
They do if you do not water them properly.
I know they were. I know it was watered, but. I'm not against, doing it again because I do like the idea of all of us going out, everybody looking for a tree, picking that one tree, wrapping it up, putting it on the roof, and what happened in National Lampoon? It slid off, or it was just hanging off because it was huge.
Just hanging off because he forgot the chainsaw, or the axe, so he couldn't cut it down. So they tore it out by the root ball. So over the truck, first off over the car, it was a tree about 12 times too big for what he needed.
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
But it still had the big root ball
That's
attached.
what it was, hanging off the back.
So it was over the back and way over the front. And then when he got it home and they had it in the house and he had to cut the string that was tying it up, the twine. Well, that was rope actually. it just busted out windows and just spread throughout the whole room because it was ridiculously too large.
The cutting down of the tree, I mean, it's Florida, so I mean, unless we're doing a palm tree.
Yeah, you can't do. If you go to North Florida, like there were Christmas tree farms in Tallahassee and up and around that area, and you can literally go and cut it down yourself. You pay them
to murder
let you come on. Well, it's not murder. I mean, they're raised specifically for Christmas trees.
Does it not die?
It does, but
That's
it doesn't
murder.
have feelings.
That's a murder. How do you know?
Because it's a tree.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
No, you don't.
It's
Even grass,
science.
even grass releases a smell when it's hurt.
Yes, they scream when you rip them from the ground.
It releases a smell when it's cut.
Yeah, hurt.
Whatever.
I wouldn't be against a real tree. Right now, we have a very bright, festive fake tree, which I don't really mind as much either. But
fake trees fit into our lifestyle better right now because with Jenny and I's schedule, we're both super busy. Not a lot of time to string lights and do the whole nine. So the tree we have now, you take it out of its bag that it comes in to store in, and you pull a few branches and make it look fancy. Because it looks horrible when you first take it out. But you make it fluffed and full, and then
it's got the lights already
in it. This one's not carbon fiber, right? It's got actual lights, I think. So I figure you probably get a couple years out of it before. Fiber optics, I meant. I had one once that was fiber optics where all the tips of all the branches had little...
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't like the way it looks lit up. It just is too much. It just glows. It doesn't really have that bulbs here and there look, which I like.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I'm going to make a proclamation.
I have some royal proclamation.
Next year, do a real tree. I'm gonna decorate the house. I'm gonna put lights outside. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna be in the Christmas spirit.
Well, hopefully we'll be in a long-term place next year, or maybe even have purchased. Who knows? And that's when I would really like to invest in doing Christmas big. I never have because they're all rentals.
Speaking of lights, would you decorate with like a multitude of colors and type of lights, or would you stick to like one theme and color?
It would depend on what you're talking about. I'm a big fan of like the icicle ones, you know, for outside. I would think outside, I'd rather do just the white, you know, just the clear lights with like icicles and maybe like one of the puffy Grinches or something like that, or Stitch. Like the blow-up ones, but a Christmas tree, I think it needs to be multicolored.
Ooh, this is a hard one for me because I have two different
That's
thoughts.
what she said.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
And I hate blow up anything in your yard. I despise those.
It's gonna be in my yard. It's gonna be on my roof. It's gonna be.
I hate them.
I'm gonna blow up Stitch on my motorcycle.
It's actually be either one of the like the reindeer that are lit up, but they're actual like I don't know what they're made out of, metal.
Foam.
Some are made out of like wicker looking, but I can deal with those. I'm not big on the inflatables. It also is a nightmare for your yard guy because you got to move cords. You got to make sure. Oh, it's just a nightmare. When I did lawns, I hated when we'd roll up to a house and they had all the deflateds out there, and you're like, how am I supposed to mow this and edge and clean? Anyway, I digress. Back to the thought. I have two thoughts, and this is. I love white lights on the outside and on the inside, especially if the tree is in the window because it's elegant looking, I think. But there is a festiveness when you have grandkids, and one year I plan on doing the giant bulbs outside.
Yeah.
Remember the old school big ass
Like
bulbs?
that
I
big.
love those. If you do them like crazy all over the house and everywhere. And I think that brings about more jolly and more cheer to Christmas than the white lights. Now the white lights make you look cool to the neighbors. But the colorful lights, that's the spirit, man. All them twinkling colors. And
I'm just a firm believer that if you do one, stick with one. If you do the other, stick with the other. If you're gonna have multicolor, all the
inside
same kind
and
of
out.
lights.
Yes.
If they're LED, make them all LED. If they're fluorescent, make them all fluorescent. if you're gonna do all multicolor or all one color.
All small ball, stay all small ball.
Yes,
Don't have the big ones on the roof line and the little ones in the bushes and in the house.
Yeah, but that's why I want a distinction outside versus inside.
Yeah, I want uniformity outside.
Yeah.
Inside, I also like uniformity. I want my tree to be one thing. It's either going to be all color, including the topper, or it's going to be solid. And
On that lighting theory, do you have a question about ornaments and stuff that goes with that?
Well, there is one that we could put on there.
Well, I was going to say the same thing with ornaments. Are you more of a bulbs and candy canes and more of a clean, more grown-up, sophisticated look, or more the kids-made ornaments or silly ornaments, or like if you're a biker or a truck driver, you got an ornament that signifies that, or if you're, say, like me, a produce buyer, you have all the little produce dressed up like Santa Claus and all that. Do you do that, or do you like more of the elegant, clean look?
All right, so for me, one of the very few fond memories I have of Christmas being younger is making those homemade ornaments, painting them, and everything like that.
God, they were hideous.
Yeah, I can't get anybody involved in it. Can't get anybody on board.
Mm-hmm.
They like doing the cookies. So I made a whole bunch of ornaments this year, and nobody cares. So I think I'm doing away with that. But I'm a candy cane and fun ornament. Not like this. Elegant, very,
uppity.
Yeah.
I like an uppity tree.
Not to speak ill of the dead to me, but the kid's mom, she did the one thing I liked that she did every year, besides the Elf on the Shelf little guy that she did a few times, or actually it wasn't Elf on the Shelf, it was some mouse, some Christmas mouse. I don't know the story, but it was a Christmas mouse thing.
He's not a rat, by the way.
And it's from like old school, maybe Germany, I think, old. But one thing I did like that she did is every Christmas she left out a plate of fresh baked cookies that her and the kids would make, and a glass of milk or eggnog. Which of course
get to something along that
were we
too? Not yet. We can do it right now. No, it's no.
So
we're gonna get to it.
And
right
I
here.
was always, Santa. So
yeah,
I
exactly
put everything under the tree the night before Christmas. So I.
So do you think that whiskey for Santa is better than milk? And what would you prefer, cookies?
Well, right now I don't want cookies because we all know why. But if you're just saying generally in the traditional, just lifestyle, I prefer the cookies and milk. I think it's very traditional. I think that when you're putting together toys and putting them under the tree, which would now be for the grandkids, back then it was for the kids, it's nice to have that treat while you're doing it. It was nice. And then the kids are, Santa ate the cookie, it was a big deal.
I get what you're saying.
And you always had to leave 1.5 or 2 cookies.
Crumbles. You got to leave crumbles.
I always left 1.5, 2, like one was half eaten or something.
I get what you're saying, but there's a whole. I've heard stories recently around that revolve around the holidays, where people remember their dads or their grandparents or their uncle. They would drink whiskey and eat cookies during the holiday.
I don't like sweets when I drink whiskey.
I've never tried it, but I feel like I should. Now, if I'm going to be putting shit together, putting stuff under the tree, doing the whole Christmas thing, I'll take a bite of the cookie, but also I don't like milk.
Yeah.
But if you're talking...
But you like eggnog.
I love eggnog.
So that's what I said. Sometimes it wasn't always milk, because I'm not a huge milk consumer either. But I love eggnog. Eggnog looks kind of like milk.
I like the idea of the milk and the cookies, and then maybe like the reindeer
Plus,
things.
I don't really want my kids being involved at that, especially grandkids and little kids, being involved with pouring Santa a shot of whiskey. It's just not the tradition I want to.
I agree with the Santa. However, on July 4th, you do have to leave out cookies and bourbon for Captain America.
I don't.
I do.
You might.
I sure the fuck do. Sure do.
Yes, Captain America.
All right. So
How
those presents
dare
that you're
you.
putting under those trees.
Yes.
Are you telling the kids they're from Santa, or are you taking credit for the presents
All
that
right.
you worked very hard for?
This is a crazy one because I know a lot of people when kids are little love to do that. Oh, Santa brought you everything. I have always had a different philosophy. I work hard to give them kids everything I gave them, and I don't want some fat imaginary man.
The little shits, they just demand.
Now that I kind of look like him, you know, whatever. I'm just off duty, but I did not like that somebody else got credit for all the things I busted my hump for. You know what I mean?
No,
I didn't like it.
I don't give a fuck. I want to keep that
I don't
magic
like it.
alive.
But
No,
you
no.
tell them.
Well, what I would like to do is you do one thing, and it's usually one of the largest. Like if it's like the Barbie dollhouse or a new bicycle or something, or like their first Little Red Rider, you know, or something. Something like that for first bow and arrow. You know, something big, a token gift that, you know, they're going to remember even when they're grown. That one usually came from Santa.
My thing is, I want to keep that Christmas magic
Christmas magic.
going. I know there's a lot of controversy around it. You know, like some people are like, oh, why did Santa give little Jimmy 8 gifts and I only got 1? You know, there's controversy around that. But I'm going to keep magic and, you know, that pure Christmas spirit. I want to keep that alive in my kids rather than spoil it with
I think all your kids are a little too old.
grandkids now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Now, luckily, he was never around for Christmas.
Yeah.
I did half and half.
Yeah, and I hate to tell
Half
you
of the
this.
things were from
I
Santa,
have a-
and half of the things were from Mom.
I have a pretty good idea Tanya and Sean aren't playing the Santa Claus route.
I mean, if they,
I might be wrong, but I've met them both.
I mean,
I'm not so sure they're going to placate that one.
well, if they don't, they don't. That's fine. But I just mean, as in a general sense of the idea, I would do the Santa thing. Keep that alive. Keep that.
If I had little kids in my home, then I probably would. I don't, so I don't have to even worry about that anymore.
I would play it off once in a while, like, you know, if I got Amanda a gift or something like that, I'd be like, what is that? Did Santa get that for you? Because I sure did. You know, stuff like that. Just be.
You've been sucking Santa's ding-a-ding?
I want to go
Ain't
that
no way here to
far.
watch that tennis bracelet. You hoeing up in here?
Ho ho ho!
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I guess either way, I can go along with either one. Whatever.
Getting back to the ornament question, I don't think this one's on the list, but what's your tree topper? Star, angel?
My tree topper is whatever Jenny says my tree topper is, because I don't care.
Do you care?
I would probably, if I was doing a tree without any input and it was my thing and I was doing it and nobody else gave a shit, I would probably use an angel. But I was also raised in church, so it just seemed like the thing you're supposed
I
to
was
do.
raised in church, and I prefer a star.
Either one worked, even though it's a church thing. Either one
They
worked
both
because
are.
they had the angel of light in the story, but they also had the North Star. So both follow biblical. One thing I do like to do is at Christmas, which we don't do, is I like to have a nativity set. I like to remember that it's Christ's birthday, no matter what other people around think. It's just a part of Christmas I like to hang on to.
I like the nativity scene. I also
We don't have one.
I really like the Christmas villages.
Oh, I love
Me too.
my brother.
I really like them.
I'll
my
make the
brother-
Christmas tree, Christmas
You've been there,
village
right?
Put against the wall.
Yeah.
You've been to my brother. My brother does my favorite Christmas train in village. He builds the tree up, so the tree's higher off the ground, so it has good clearance. And then he builds out of cotton these mountains with the train track going through it, and the village is all up and down through the mountains with trees and lights, and it's magical for a decoration. It is really nicely done. They do a very great Christmas. I mean, they are huge Christmas decorators. Like we have 5 or 6 items up in a tree. They have the outside is lit every year. The inside is lit. They got a Santa Claus on every corner of every counter. and it's really cool, and it does bring about a lot of festive cheer when you're there.
Well, I am honestly, next year I'm going to try deliberately make a very conscious effort to make it more Christmassy. Especially since my wife says she's not feeling very Christmas spirited this year.
I would like
I feel
to.
like part of it's my fault.
The problem I have with it is when you work, even though I'm a produce buyer, I'm tied to retail. And retail sucks the love, even though it's food that I'm involved with, not presents and not that. It sucks the joy right out of Christmas if you're not careful, because it's hectic. You don't know if you're even going to be off or what days you're going to be off. You're working right up to the last minute.
And everybody's
the hours.
Speaking of working up to the last minute in retail, there's a good one about shopping.
Would you rather shop for Christmas food or Christmas gifts?
Now, in my opinion, this is last minute. That's the way I picture it. Last minute Christmas dinner shopping or last minute Christmas gift shopping?
Neither. I like to plan ahead and have it done where I can stay the hell out of the chaos.
This is not one of those times. This is this or that. Would you rather? Which one?
I plan ahead, so neither. I wouldn't do either because I don't.
Okay, you planned ahead and your refrigerator broke and everything's rotten.
I guess I'm calling takeout.
Or
I think there's usually some restaurants that deliver. All right, if I had to pick, because I'm had a gun to my head and they said you're going to do one this Christmas, I guess I would probably rather food shop.
Yeah.
Because I won't go near a store.
I'm the same way. The only thing,
and people are assholes. I mean, all over. The last, Mattel Barbie or whatever the new thing is, or Plasma or whatever.
The only reason that the Christmas food shopping would be a little difficult is, especially last minute,
availability.
Yeah,
especially because what do you usually forget at a holiday? That's last minute, and it's usually a holiday specific item,
and what everybody else forgets.
That is hard to get.
Yeah,
even still, like chestnuts or cranberries or something that's already in limited supply.
Turkey breast.
Turkeys or But we've started this new thing, I guess, this year. Well, actually, we're not doing it this year because of where it falls. So maybe next year.
We would do it.
We might figure out a way to do it after this year. This year just came too quick to do the briskets for Christmas.
Speaking of, for Christmas dinner, do you typically have turkey or ham?
Ham.
I know everybody says ham. I grew up having turkey.
No. Growing up, we had a lot of turkey. I'm talking about my family, not my parents and all that. We have ham.
Growing up, we had turkey. Honestly, I love turkey, but I think ham fits better.
And I know other people that do something completely different. Some do duck,
prime rib.
Some do quail. I mean, I know people that do. I know some that do venison. Because they don't see it as a turkey day because it's not Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's Thanksgiving's thing. And not everyone likes spiral ham.
And a lot of people do a prime rib, like smoked
prime rib is done too a lot. I think that if I wasn't going to do or try to start this new thing where we do a brisket at Christmas, and make that kind of our thing, which is weird, a barbecue Christmas, right?
I don't think it's weird. I think it fits us perfectly.
But I do also like ham. The spiral cut hams are a great Christmas.
With us potentially changing our Christmas to a brisket, would you say you would prefer a Christmas dinner, or would you prefer to have Christmas breakfast instead?
You mean with family, like the whole big? Well, I like them both, and here's why. I like, and it doesn't happen now because our kids are also old. They're not going to be here first thing in the morning. I like it when everybody wakes up and you start coming to, and everybody pitches in, and you make a big breakfast, and then later that day, Dad's been smoking the brisket all day, or you've been cooking the ham, and then you have an early dinner, like I like it kind of in between dinner and lunch, to where you kind of have a big breakfast, skip lunch, eat an early dinner. That's kind of how I like Christmas. And then you just kind of veg out while the kids play.
For me, it'd be a little different. I like a Christmas Eve dinner. So I think like a brisket dinner for Christmas Eve would be great. And then Christmas morning, you have a big brunch with some of the leftovers from the day before.
See, I like it earlier than dinner, because then I like to be able to settle into like desserts and treats and watching Christmas movies and just kind of chilling, because everybody's tired from the day.
Yeah. Here's what I'm saying. You do it Christmas Eve. That you do it Christmas Eve, you do a nice dinner, everybody's there, you have desserts, you have a Christmas movie on, and nobody is going from house to house to house to house. So, you have whoever's going to be there is there. But Christmas Day is more associated with Christmas
Eve. Well, not only that, we don't typically do Christmas Eve either, because in a lot of Latin families, they do their Christmas Eve is their Christmas. They don't do Christmas morning.
At midnight, they do their...
Yeah, they start eating dinner at midnight, but they get there early. They hang out and they party, and then they do their dinner at like midnight and then start open their gifts.
And I'm also a firm believer that, especially for the little ones, like kids, they get a Christmas Eve gift. If you're doing a family get-together like that.
We're kind of loosey-goosey on the whole gift thing. I think Jenny and I have already exchanged at least 2. One, because, she ordered it from Amazon, and it delivered in the box with a huge picture on it.
Metal? Giant dildos.
To what it was. So it was for me. I knew exactly who it was for and what it was.
I think it would have been funny if you would have taken a marker or tape and put it over it. Like, I have no idea what it is. So, all right. What's next?
All right. So, do we believe in decorating gingerbread houses or baking Christmas cookies? Or do we do both?
All right.
No, it's this or that.
I would prefer...
But you can do both.
I would prefer to bake cookies, hang out, watch Christmas movies, especially the old claymation. Those are great during that kind of time.
You wouldn't mind my red nose?
Snowman is alive. Snowman.
Because if you get distracted, it's not the end of the world. We've all seen those 100 times. As
Christmas
kids.
Story, all the traditional ones. Ending the night with Die Hard.
Gingerbread houses, to me, they start fun. But nobody here bakes and makes their own homemade gingerbread houses. We buy the kits. And the kits, about a quarter way in, they're no longer fun. Now you're just trying to get it done.
Yeah.
And then they're stale and they're hard and they don't
taste
all this
good. I think
crappy ingredients. And
then you have ants.
Good. So yeah, I'm a bake cookies and spend quality. I mean, to me, the biggest thing about the holiday is, even more than gifts, is just being able
together
to really hang out with Jenny and the kids and have that family time, watch movies, and really
I think cutout cookies, I think the little press cookies that you make, I think those are, I think doing all that, you make the cutout cookies and then you decorate them, and the kids are going to get all sticky and eat more frosting than they put on the damn cookie. I think that's way more enjoyable and festive, and when you have the Christmas movies
I don't like frosting cookies, so that's not really my thing. I would do more of the where you put the, what is it, butter, or is it water? I don't know, but you brush it on, then you put the sprinkles on it, and it adheres. That's more my style. But I also like, I'm a big fan of doing peanut butter cookies at Christmas.
With the Hershey's Kiss.
That is in my, not with the Hershey Kiss, just fork presses on the top, traditional peanut butter cookies.
You roll them in sugar?
We grew up that way, and they were just awesome.
Did you roll them in sugar? See, I think you got to roll them in sugar.
If you make a peanut butter cookie correctly, you don't need all the frills.
Yes,
you just need the peanut butter cookie with the fork lines, and it's got to be forked. You can't just scratch them.
I disagree.
Anyway,
you make a ball, roll it in the sugar. It's not caked in it. It's just like it gives it that crunch, that sparkly
it's
crunch.
bad. I'm just saying you don't need it if you make
it. Doesn't do anything for the taste. It's a sparkly crunch to the top. Then you do the fork. I don't like Hershey's Kisses. Other people do. That's why I always do it. I will not eat those.
The other thing I miss that we don't do that I loved growing up was Buckeyes. I am an Ohio boy from birth. I am Southern because I've lived here my whole life. But when my Aunt Dixie used to bring over and drop off or have the Buckeyes, that was my favorite day.
Buckeyes, but no Hershey's Kiss inside of
a fat guy for a reason. And Buckeyes are probably my favorite holiday
Pebbles
treat.
used to give them out.
They were so good.
And those are
We sold them a couple years ago at Nelson's, and now they weren't as good as the homemade ones I grew up on, but they were pretty decent. I don't know if we're gonna have those again this year. They haven't showed up yet. I can't eat them anyway, but I could maybe get them and freeze them and eat them when I'm not. Well, anyway.
I am beyond possibly anti-Buckeye.
Oh, the other thing is, just because you don't like the team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm still eating candies. They're better than Reese's Pieces or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I gotta be honest.
They basically are.
I gotta be honest with you. I know what they are, but I've never had one.
They're basically better than a Reese's cup. They're one of my favorite. The other thing that is my favorite comes from my dad, and it's chocolate covered cherries. And Christmas is always
never like those.
When I would get 1 or 2 packs. And I particularly like the ones that are jelly, not the ones with the icing inside. You know what I'm talking about? The liquid. And I like them with the dark chocolate.
That's so funny
instead
because
of the milk chocolate.
Because I go with the one with the cream inside and not the jelly.
Yeah, no, I grew up on the jelly one and the dark chocolate.
I'm not a big fan of chocolate.
And there was a brand that we always got. What was it called? Queens or something like that? You would know it. I would know it if I saw it in a heartbeat.
What about the cookies? What about the tins, the sewing tin cookies, the butter cookies?
Those are good.
Yeah.
I don't make those.
I don't
always wind up getting them from somebody. I'm sure I'll bring some home from Tampa at some point.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy produce year, and with the economy and just everything, I don't know if there'll be a lot of
They didn't have my figs this year at all. Can you believe that?
So.
None. Because he told
no figgy pudding for Jeffrey.
I don't know. Is that the right thing? Is there figs in figgy pudding?
I would think there is. It's called figgy pudding. Wouldn't it have figs in it? Anyway,
I don't know if there actually is. We'll look that up later. But I'll actually have that information when I edit this. We'll let you know.
eggnog or hot cocoa?
Eggnog.
Eggnog.
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. If I was up north in the snow, hot cocoa, without a doubt. But when I think Christmas, I think eggnog.
I don't
but
like chocolate.
I know you don't like eggnog.
Coquito.
You like coquito, but you don't like eggnog. See, I love eggnog, spiked or unspiked. I'll drink it in the evenings just as a glass of eggnog while watching TV.
I don't like chocolate, so I wouldn't be drinking hot chocolate.
I won't be having any of that this year, but traditionally, I do like those things.
Love eggnog.
All right. Do you or do you not partake in the Elf on the Shelf?
We do.
I do not.
We do, and I've been having a lot of fun with it this year. I've been making them mess with my pre-workout and proteins and stuff.
I think you probably have a bigger kick out of it than the kids do.
No, I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest with you, they all seem to be enjoying it right now.
They're a little old for that. I would have thought they wouldn't have got quite as big.
Well, Bella still has that innocence with her, that innocent violence. But I finished my pre-workout, so I took it out there and
yeah, I saw it.
And put the elf in it, the other one, and she was like, "Oh my god, the elf's cut into your pre-workout." I'm like, "I just bought that." And
now, see, if you'd have went through the house and smashed your TV and broke some lamps and thrown shit everywhere, and then had them in the pre-workout, that would have been hilarious. Because then they had a little rage.
It's funny that you say that because I had an empty protein bottle and put one inside of it, and the other one, the top was kind of askewed, and his hand was on the inside, and there was another one with a marker in his hands, and I wrote "Do not open," and he was inside. Another one, I had a couple shot glasses with little bit of whiskey residue left over, and had that there, so it looked like they were drinking the whiskey, and they thought it was hysterical.
You should have got a Barbie and put her down in a little nightie, had her working the pole while he was sitting over there drinking his whiskey. That would have been funny. See, I got too dark a sense. I can't do that.
They're
shit.
girls.
My humor is dark.
And they, I hear them, because they're teenagers, they're in high school, and Bella's still in middle school. But I hear them, they're like, is Brandon doing the elf this year? And then Brandon will say no. And they're like, Jeff seems pretty mad. Do you think he's doing it? And they're like, I don't know. So I'm having fun with it because they seem to be confused.
Well, that's the point of it.
Exactly.
I think I've never done it, so I don't know, but I'm guessing that's the point of it.
Yeah, it wasn't really a thing when my kids were little.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't for me either.
And my kids knew there was no Santa pretty young.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they were too busy giving me their list of things they wanted us to buy for Christmas.
Yeah, that's the thing is kids in the modern era, they did more of the, here's my list of what I want, demands.
Yeah, I don't have to be good or bad.
I
They can
miss
do what I
when
wanted.
kids just kind of got them what you knew they needed or knew they were into.
Now, I like the idea if we had a fireplace. There's an idea that I read a couple years ago where starting December 1st, you put gifts all around the tree with the kids' names on it, but they're empty boxes.
Yeah.
And every time they misbehave, you take the box and you throw it inside the fireplace.
Yeah, we had a year and where we had to deal with one of our kids being a little bit spoiled, and he threw a fit when it was Christmas Day, and we actually gave his gift away. We told him, if anyone else says anything, this isn't you get what you want. This is you get what your parents give. It's a gift. It's a gift from us to you. We listen to you all year, talk about what you want or need, and then we do that. We wound up giving it away. Actually, I think we sold it to a friend. But
All right, last question. Would you rather be given the perfect gift or give the perfect gift?
I'd give.
No question, give the perfect gift.
Well, if somebody's giving me the winning lottery numbers or $50 billion, then I'm very needy, and I'll take. Shy of that, I would rather give the perfect gift.
I would rather give somebody happiness than get happiness.
I would rather take the perfect gift, but I'm a giver, unfortunately, so I usually give and don't get.
This is the first year I haven't played it safe. I play it safe every year, and I just go onto her wish list, and I get stuff off the wish list, so I know she'll like it. This year, I actually went out and got some stuff that I think she's mentioned she wants, and something that I think she'll really love, even though she has no idea she needs it.
Steroids,
Or
testosterone.
I will be way wrong,
And I'll have to return it.
and she'll be selling that shit on eBay. Or returning it. I'm hoping I'm not wrong, because when I saw it, I thought, oh, that'd be awesome for her. I think she'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up our Christmas themed this, that, or would you rather. Let us know what you think. Tell us about some of your choices. Tell us if we're wrong, if who's right, and would you rather give or receive this Christmas? Let us know.
Gifts.
Oh no, I don't care what it is. Give or receive anything.
Gifts.
No, if you want to give other things, go for it. Hey. If you want to receive,
This is a family show.
Since when?
And we will proceed accordingly.
Okay, this is breaking news. This is a family show now.
Shut the fuck up.
It's a family show now, so
Don't make me stop this sleigh.
I don't know.
Do not make me stop this sleigh.
I don't know what's happening, but
It's your breaking news.
oh, breaking news. We are now a family show.
We are now a fucking family show. And we will
is
carry
this
ourselves accordingly.
is this like Family Guy family show? What the hell?
Now get the kids a whiskey. Get everybody in here.
Yeah, if you want to be on the receiving end, or if you want to be on the giving end. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring that bell.
And we want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family. And don't be afraid to drink that eggnog.
Unless it's tainted. Or it smells funny.
Why are you putting your taint in?
Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. All for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Oh.
Eggnog. Unless it's tainted? That sounds... Yeah, that's horrible. So you just got finished saying it's a family show, and then you said you're gonna taint the eggnog? Jeez. Taint right, man. Taint right.